Hey, what's up? This is Attila and welcome to Play It Like Dimebag. Today I'm talking about the solo of Yesterday Don't Mean Shit. The tuning for this song is in 425 standard D, but you can also find a list of all the songs and tunings if you click on the link here. I talk about every tunings of every PanterA song between the Cowboys from Hell album to the Reinventing the Steel album. So without further talk, let's get into the solo of Yesterday Don't Mean Shit. So this solo is played with the wah pedal engaged throughout the entire time. For now, I'm not gonna engage the wah pedal, but just imagine that you are using that. So first, we're gonna start over the G fourth, and we're gonna bend up a whole note, adding a pinched harmonic there. Gate, it's a little too much maybe. Yes, and then with triplets you're gonna start to bend up a whole note and just gradually push forward to note and a half, and then at the end, actually 2.5 notes, that's the last one. That's the top, where you just actually let the thing go down, or either you can use the bar to lower it. The gate is too hard, but you get the idea. And then, on an upbeat, we're gonna come up starting from the A2 with this chromatic lick. Little bit of pinch harmonics, not too much. Actually, you're using the wah pedal as well. Wow, wow, wow. Little vibrato at the end. And then slide up on the D string to the 11th. And then up on the G9 and 11, and you're using both the G and the B string. So upwards, bend up these two notes, and then also pull off to the 9. So, and then you hit the 11th again, and then go back to the 9. So far. In between, you can hear those rests. Repeat. But at the very end, there's also a little bend up and the release, and also a vibrato. And that's the whole thing. Slowly. And then we're gonna go to that classic Dimebag blues scale. We're in the 9th position still, and we're gonna slide up to the B12 and bend it up a whole note. And then with an upstroke, we go to the 9. So it's the same note from here. So let's see the lick. We're gonna start with the downstroke on the E14th, and then up on the 12th, then pull off to the 9th. So. And then we're going down to the B14th, which is the same note as the 9th on the E string, with a downstroke, and then back with an upstroke to the 12th on the E. And then pull off to the 9. Down again on the 14th of the B, and up on the 12th. So from here, it's a downstroke on the E9, and up on the B14th, and then pull off to the 12th and the 9th. So that's the end. So the whole thing slowly together. And then we're gonna start very similarly from the B14th down and then up on the 12th, and then pull off to the 9th. And then down on the G13th, and I'm using the ring finger now instead of the pinky. And then go back to the 12th on the B string and pull off to the 9th. So down and up. And then chromatically, we're gonna go down from the 13th to the 11th on the G string. Down, up, down. So the second part would sound like this, slowly. And the whole thing together, slowly. little out of tune. It's better now. And now comes the really weird and tricky part, which was, I assume, improvised in some way. This is the part which I struggled the most with. And this is a perfect time for me to shout out one of my patrons, Romain, who's been helping me with this solo and in others as well. It was definitely a teamwork to figure this white stretch part out. So again, thanks Romain. So we're gonna start to slide up on the B string to the 19th, and we're gonna also bend it up approximately a whole note, downstroke we start with, and then up on the E 14th. But since we bend the 19th up, it's like a step back. This is the kind of sound that you want to aim for. And here we are. We're gonna start with the middle finger over the 17th, and we pick with the downstroke first and then pull off to the 14th, and then we double the 17th with the down up, so, and then pull off again to the 14th, so, and then down on the B 19th, which is the same note, then the 14th on the E. This is the first one. And already here it gets much trickier. We're gonna go to the 18th on the E string, and we're gonna start that 18th with an upstroke and then pull off to the 14th, and then we go down to the B 18th with a downstroke, and then back to the E 18th with an upstroke, so, and then go back to the B 18th again, downstroke, and then up on the 14th on the E, so. And we're gonna repeat the same over the 19th. I actually use the same ring finger here, but you can go with the pinky now. So far, this is how we look. And then we switch the picking pattern and everything up a little bit again. From the 20th, starting with an upstroke, pull off to the 14th, and then double again the 20th with a down and upstroke, and then go down the B 20th, and then go back to the 14th on the E. So, and at the end of this part, we go up to the 21, pull off to the 14th, and then with the downstroke over the B 20th. And then I can hear a little bit of rest before we go to the big wide stretchy part. So this part altogether slowly would sound like this. Weird. And then here comes the really wide part, which I'm using the pinky as well for, but then I actually switch to the ring finger at some point. You're gonna have to see how it feels better for you. So let's start with the pinky. I'm gonna pick down on the E 14th and then go up to 21th with an upstroke, and then down on the B 21 and then go back to the 14th. So, and then go up to the 22nd. Down, and then up on the E 22nd, and then down on the 14th on the B. So this is pretty big stretch. And then up on the 21, which is also bent up a little bit, so, and then pull off to the 14th, and then down again on the B 21, and then go to the G 21 upstroke, and then down on the 14th of the B string, and then go back to the 21, and then down on the 14th, up on D 21, and we're gonna repeat the same G 21, up on D 21, and then 14th on the G, 21 on the G, 21 on the D, and 14 on the D, and then down on A 21, and then at the end D 21, and then just A 21. And here we are at the end with a whole note bend up and the vibrato from the B12. And then comes the bluesy lick, and it starts from the B9 with the downstroke, and then up on the 12th, and then pull off back to the 9th, and then go down on the G12th, and then with an upstroke B12, and then go back to the G12, but also bend up a little bit, like that, and then up on the B9, and down on the G12, and then pull off to the 11th, and then 9. But also, while you're pulling it off from the 12th on the G string, you bend downwards the 11th, and then pull off to the 9th. So far, together, slowly. So as you can see, the 12th I bend it up, and the 11th I bend it down. It's a very typical Dimebag. And then we're going back to the 11th on the G string, and twice we pick it down, up, and then pull off to the 9th. But also, the second time, I bend it downwards. That would add that little Texan vibe to it. So far. And then go down on the D11th, and then G11th, and then D11th again, and then 9, then hammer on to the 11th. So far from the double 11th, and then down on the 9th, also bend down, and then D11th, and then the last, finally, it's the G and the B11th with the quick bend up and the release. So, and then gradually just bend it up. So this part together would look like this. And then at the end, you do a dive bomb. And that's about it. Thank you very much. This was it for today. I hope that you enjoyed today's lesson and hopefully even learned something from it. If you have any questions or suggestions, just feel free to leave them in the comment section. Also, I got a Patreon site, so if you want to support me or get tabs on other exclusive contents, just click on the link below. Thanks again, and I wish you a lovely day. Ciao.